You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
And today we're breaking down Mandalorian Chapter 20, and we're breaking down Mandalorian Chapter 21.
A little 2-1 package.
Let's go. Sorry about that. I went on a trip to Memphis for spring break, so I couldn't be here to record, unfortunately. But
That's crazy.
We're coming back with 2 episodes, both really crazy episodes with some amazing stuff in them. So let's get right into it.
All right.
Starting with Chapter 20, The Foundling. We got some crazy stuff in this episode, and I really like this episode. I thought it was really cool, really unique, and really good. And I have to start off with the major thing because I just have to. And that being, we get the huge reveal of how Grogu survived Order 66.
The Jar Jar Binks, Don
Dude,
saved
it
him.
was Jar Jar Binks.
Misa, save your son.
Dude, he ran up and he's like, Misa, save you, Grogu. He's like, he got the lightsaber and he's going at it, man. No. It was Ahmed Best coming back, and it was an awesome way to return as Master Kelron Beck. He came back. He found a way to say, he came back. He found a way to save Grogu. He had the 2 lightsaber action against the clone troopers, which was an incredible scene.
Yeah, and just pushed one off the side. I would have done that when I first walked out. I just would have shoved them all
easily.
off.
But I love seeing, Ahmed Best at one point was at the breach of suicide because of the haters against Jar Jar Binks for the prequel series.
Dude, I like Jar Jar Binks. I think he's funny. I really do.
Okay,
Dude, listen, man. My old church I used to go to, the pastor, he wouldn't let his kids say the word Jar Jar Binks in his house. That's how much he hated the character.
Yeah.
Like they weren't allowed to say it.
But that is not Ahmed Best's fault. But I was so glad that they gave him a redemption by playing Master Kelron Beck. And instantly, at first I was like Mace Windu. At first I saw the bald head and I was like Mace Windu. But it was not. I know a lot of people were expecting like a huge reveal of like Plo Koon, Obi-Wan, or Mace Windu or something like that. But honestly, it being Master Kelron Beck makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because if those of you don't know who Kelron Beck was from Legends, but now he's translated into canon, is Kelron Beck was a teacher of Padawans and younglings in the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
And he's a master. He did these things. So it makes more sense that he was the one to actually save Grogu.
Yeah.
So it actually makes sense. I really actually end up liking, even though he only got like 2 minutes of screen time, I really liked him.
I thought he did a good job, really.
And it's got more story to tell.
Yeah.
As we can see, they traveled off with the Naboo ship, and we're going to get some more story eventually.
Because I know he said, I saw in an interview, he's like, I want this to be the beginning. Like, he wants a career, like, doing this.
That'd
like,
be
in
awesome.
The Jedi.
And I really liked him as his character.
I thought he did well.
And this scene was really, really dope. Him with the double blade lights, like the 2 lightsabers going against the clone troopers and then flying off and fighting and getting help the people from Naboo helping him out.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I wonder where the story is there, how he knew the Naboo people. And did he have connections with Padme? I don't know. But really, really cool to finally get that and get those answers revealed. And there's still story to be told. Maybe something else happens. I mean, he probably dies eventually, some way, some form, and Grogu survives. So we'll have to find out what happens there. But it was really cool to finally see, how Grogu got out of there, what happened with that, and to see some of that stuff and some more Order 66 scenes always makes me just feel so good inside.
I know that, and I really, honestly, Michael, I do feel like this was the best part about the episode.
Oh yeah, it was. It was absolutely.
This episode was mid. I think it had some really good scenes, but this, in and of itself, was a filler. The main things you want to see, you saw Grogu's backstory, and then you saw Bo Katan becoming a leader and getting their respect. But besides that, it was just all filler. The raptor, the babies,
and I would
kid,
agree with that as well. I would agree.
I appreciate what they did with her character and then Grogu's backstory, but the rest of the content, dude, I just wasn't that interested in it.
And I actually, I do agree. I mean, we'll talk about some of it was really cool, and like you said, Bo Katan. I mean, this is really becoming Bo Katan's show this season. But I'm like you said. I mean, are you now starting to understand, really like Bo Katan as a character?
I'm starting to like her more.
Dude, yeah, she's having some really good, incredible character, especially the next episode.
Yeah.
But this one in particular was really good as well. Seeing that. But the rest of the episode goes that we see that Grogu at the beginning, Mando has him fight another foundling. That was goated. I love the video of
Unleash
this
your
SNL.
power.
I love the SNL skit of Pedro. And he's like, my son don't have ADD. He just like to jump, and he's jumping around, and he blasting the dude, and that was funny.
That's funny.
And it was revealed that was Paz Vizsla's son.
Yeah.
We theorized about in the first episode, and he was stolen by dragon thing. I'm just going to call it Shawn Mendes again.
I think they said it was a raptor. Obviously, they probably just can't say dragon. But I will say, I will say, man, it is weird how it all transpired. Even they were like, dude, that's a long way for a raptor to fly.
Dude, yeah.
Just flies in, just takes a kid and leaves. I don't know. Seems kind of sus.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, my question is, why would you choose this planet?
I know. First of all, they got the water monster right
got
there.
That flipping
and they got just, like,
and
dragons just like going around.
I know, like, why would you choose this planet?
Taking their kids. Like, by the way, this has already happened with one of our kids. And then he just killed him when we tried to get him back. Like later in the nest, you see like the helmet of that kid. It's like, what? Just move.
I know.
Move yourself. Y'all living in the worst possible space.
I guess that gives emphasis to why they want to leave in the next chapter. But yeah. So they go after him. Bo Katan and Mando, they set up a team to go after him, and I thought it was really funny. Was they were flying on the jetpack and they land. It's like it's empty. That was funny. It's like, no.
Also, like how did their packs run out of fuel so quickly?
I know
like, they flew like literally for screen time for like 20 seconds.
It actually made me feel better because I was thinking like in the whole time was like in the Lego Star Wars games, you can't even fly with the jetpacks hardly. I mean, you get up there for a second and then you're like back down. You're like, I just want to fly. So it made me relate to that. That's why maybe they just don't have a really good capability. They haven't invented a good jetpack yet.
I don't know, man. I feel like they would. They're Mandos. That's kind of what they do.
Right. That is true.
Know, man.
All right. So we see, like you said, more emphasis on Bo Katan's story. She's gained the respect of a lot of the members, and she was granted the privilege of eating by herself, taking her helmet off.
By the fire.
Right. I'm like, why couldn't we see, Pedro Pascal's helmet off?
Yeah, why was he not the leader?
I want to see that, but I want to see Papa.
Everybody.
We know he's going to have to take his helmet off at some point because on the Entertainment Magazine cover, he doesn't have a helmet. So it's like, when's that going to happen? But anyway, so you see that. And then they finally do actually get to save in this huge action scene. They save the foundling Paz Vizsla's son, or Bo Katan particularly saves him, and Paz Vizsla, gives a large amount of respect to her. And we see that she loses a piece of armor, and that she eventually goes back to the armor, and she does tell the armor about the mythosaur and how she saw, and then the armor is plated off as like, oh, it's a great luck that you get visions of the mythosaur.
She's like, nah, bro, I saw it IRL.
Right. Right. And then at the first armor is like, hey, sure.
That part was sus, but they touched on it later.
Yes, they do.
Going back a little bit. First of all, it's weird that kid wasn't already dead. It had been literally a full 24 hours. It's spent the night. They had gone. It had been near. It had literally been near 24 hours, and the raptor had 3 hungry babies to feed,
and it was in its throat. Like how
why was he just chilling there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just sus.
Yeah, I know.
I know. It's also sus. Like they brought back the freaking raptors to them. Like, what are they gonna do? Is that gonna come to light later?
That's new foundlings.
Like they train like just like House of the Dragon. Like
maybe it's gonna be like mythosaur level.
Like,
they're gonna be Bo Katan's gonna be riding the mythosaur, and they're gonna be riding them things.
I mean, that would be cool, but watch. Cool. No, they just hurt themselves because they picked the worst spots. She's like, it'd be a good idea? Let's put these baby dragons with our kids and see what happens.
Yeah.
They're just going to eat them. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a total
They got to train them,
Train them.
Star Wars, man. You just never know these things.
But yeah.
But anyway, so she tells the armor she wants needs a new pad, and she wants one with the mythosaur on it as to her original house. Yeah. And that was really cool.
The night owl, or what she said, the other one.
And she got some mythosaur, and also Grogu got a piece of armor earlier in the episode. It's like a plate that he gets on his chest. Like, I just can't wait to see him with a Mando helmet, like the ears.
Mando helmet, that'd be crazy,
sick.
Dude.
Get his lightsaber, man. Get that dark saber, just flipping around. That'd be sick.
He'd be unstoppable.
Oh, he'd be unstoppable. Anyway, that's pretty much the episode. Like you said, filler for the most part, except for the Order 66 scene, which was definitely carried the episode.
Yeah, that was nice.
I would understand. Like, I think it was a good episode for that part, and it's still entertaining to watch. But like you said, it was more filler like.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But now this next episode, chapter 21, The Pirate, was goated.
I liked it.
This episode was really, really good. I really liked it, action-packed and everything around it. But the reason I love this episode so much is we got Gebazeb Aurelius, man. We got my guy in here. Gebazeb Aurelius, Zeb from Star Wars Rebels. He was my guy, and he returned in the softest cameo in existence.
Yeah, he just pulls up to the bar. Yeah.
He's like, oh man, and he was the same voice actor, Steve Bloom, coming back to reprise the role. And it was so good to see, a live action Lasat.
He looked so good. Dude.
He looked great in live action. Man.
I had no
they spent their whole episode
whatsoever.
budget on that, but like I guess so. But dude, Zeb, man, this is our first time we've ever seen a character from Star Wars Rebels in live action.
Yeah.
We've had mentions, but we had the mention of Grand Admiral Thrawn in season 2, but now we finally got Zeb. He just didn't say Karabast as he should have said. And where was Agent Callus, my guy, his husband? Where was he at? They're not actually married; they're just best friends. But like, where was Agent Callus? He's always with him, like best friends. But oh well, Zeb making his appearance. He didn't do a whole lot except for say, it's hard times, but we know we'll see him again.
Yeah,
for sure, probably in the Ahsoka series or something like that.
Yeah, they're just teasing us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they teased us with the Purrgil in episode 1. Now they got Zeb in. Yeah. They're building up to Ahsoka, and I'm so excited. And I've heard a lot of good things about the Ahsoka series, so I'm really excited about it. I heard it's very going to be like a samurai-esque. Samurai-esque kind of story.
Really?
So I'm really excited for that. So we got Zeb, absolutely goated character there, so I was excited to see him make his live-action debut.
I was surprised. I was surprised
too. I was like, Zeb? I about started to cry. I was like, my man.
Beautiful.
I know, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. A live action Lasat. At first, Cole, one of my cousin, Cole, he texted me and was like, dude, live action Lasat. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't no live action Lasat. That was Zeb, my guy.
Really?
He was like, no
he
way.
You that? I saw he put on his story.
He did. I mean, dude, it's flipping Zeb. Goodness, I love Zeb. I could talk about Zeb all day.
Idiot.
Man, I love that. His olive green eyes. Oh, I love Zeb. Anyway, move on from Zeb, unfortunately. So in this episode, we see a lot of other cool things going on. First, Grief Garga is still in his world, and the pirates attack. Threatening Grief Garga.
A lot of Grief Garga. I feel
a lot of Grief Garga in this episode. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
It was episode 1 or 2? It was episode 1. Okay,
yep.
They come back 4 episodes later.
Yep. So it's really cool to see that, and still no Hondo Naka. Unfortunately, haven't got him. I mean, the episode called The Pirate. I was hoping like Hondo.
And Gorian Shard he's cool and he's goated, but Hondo would be cool.
Hondo's the best pirate in existence, man.
Facts,
dude. Johnny Depp.
I don't know. I'm about to say Johnny Depp is a pretty good pirate himself.
He is a pretty good pirate. You're right.
Yo, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Mix them together, man.
Mix them together.
Make a hybrid. Make Jack
so
Hondo
weird.
Sparrow. I don't know. I'm so excited. Yeah. Anyway, so we see some other stuff and some other theories, or not theories, but other things going on and Easter eggs leading up to what we think is going to be the return of Moff Gideon. And those things being, first off, we get they find the ship. That captain guy finds his ship that was Moff Gideon's supposed transport to his entertainment. And obviously he was taken. His body was not there. So obviously they're leading up to Moff Gideon again, which is cool. See, he's pulling the strings. He was probably the one who sent those interceptors after Mando and Bo Katan and all these things. And we see also, in the episode 3 of Mando, in the whole Coruscant scene with Elia Kane. I found out her name. Her name is Elia Kane. Being the girl. It seems like she's still working for Moff Gideon, obviously.
Can't stand her, dude.
I don't like her either.
Every time she's on screen, dude, I just want to, I don't even know. I don't even know. I just want to. She just annoys the crap
she's an annoying character,
me.
Especially when that captain was talking. Then she was like, she's an inferior to him. Like, he is her boss.
She's obnoxious.
She had the nerve to talk to him like that,
and she just always gives that stupid little smirk. I know everything.
I know.
I'm just like home.
I'm ready for a death.
Walks out with a brass. Dude, I'm praying for it at this point. Really, man. Like, I'm praying on her downfall.
Absolutely.
She irritates me so much.
It seems she is still working for Moff Gideon. She seems like she's infiltrating the New Republic.
Hiding it either.
No, she's not very well. And she seems like she's trying to remove anyone related to Moff Gideon, as we've seen, and trying to not help the people on the planet, and also taking out the doctor and all the whatever and all these things going on. So I don't like her. Really would like to see Mando absolutely slaughter her.
I see Mando just pull up and just take out that dark saber and just cut her to pieces.
Exactly.
Dude.
That would be amazing.
You know what? How about you smile at that again at me?
Anyway. Cool. So anyway, the captain goes to Mando and the Mandalorians to ask for help for the people of what's the planet called again? I forgot what the planet was called. Navarro.
Navarro.
Yeah. Grief Garga is the High Magistrate of Navarro. So They ask for help, and they're like, we got to help this guy. And he's like, okay. So they go, and they have this awesome, cool, dope action scene pieces of the Mandalorians fighting these pirates. That was really cool.
That was cool.
I mean, it's like a battle, like a war battle, and it's really cool. I mean, casualties on both sides. You had different species in the battles. You had, all kinds of weapon usage. Paz Vizsla being super cool.
Listen, I will say, Paz Vizsla's speech like got me so hyped, dude. Right? Because they're debating like, why should we risk our lives? And then he's like, Bo Katan risked hers, like the Mando, like they saved my son. And you totally thought he was gonna say like, let's not do it.
Oh yeah, you completely thought.
But he rallied the forces, dude, so it was cool to see. But honestly, I can't even lie. Some of my favorite part about this part, right before we get to the action, was the whole, like, the politics behind it, right? I mean, they're in an independent world, right? And they're not part of the New Republic system, right? So because of that, they couldn't offer their people. Right. So the whole scene of the pilot going there and trying to make intercession and not getting anybody was really cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Very political in those senses.
Yeah, so Navarro, I mean, being an independent world, I can't imagine how hard that would be. I know. You're just chilling and someone just pulls up and destroys your stuff. Like,
absolutely.
But anyway, I thought, what's that pilot's name, man?
Captain something.
Captain something is fire, man. You shot without him, they would have all died.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have. He's a legend. He was in a couple of seasons of Mando, but I really think he's got to die probably at some point, sadly. But that Elaine or Elia Kane girl is probably going to kill him and make us more mad. But we'll see what happens. So they go after this fight, and they do really successful sting operation. I mean, Mando and Bo Katan take down.
Drop in.
Yes,
that's so cool,
dude. When we theorized in the trailer, we thought this was going to be like the season finale.
Yeah.
These scenes from this episode, but it was not. So I wonder what the season finale is going to entail after this. So
it better be bigger than that.
I know, better be bigger than that. So we'll see. But then, we have them, they fight. But then, unfortunately, the saddest part of the episode, we get the downfall of my Davy Jones Swamp Thing guy, my captain. I love that guy.
Went down with the ship.
He went down with the ship, and he's dead.
I thought he was going to be bigger than just that.
Maybe skeleton crew. Maybe, I don't know.
They revived him.
I was like so sad. I was like, no.
I liked him. I thought he was a cool character.
I was vibing with that guy. He reminded me of like one of them Clone Wars villains, like a Separatist.
A Separatist. Yeah, he did.
Oh, it was unfortunate. I was like, no, not Davy Jones Swamp Thing.
And I will say, this episode placed an extremely large amount of importance on Vane. Vane, he was the main like pirate guy, the one who survived the whole like, this is a bar, no, this is a school now thing. He did why did they kill off him? But then like Vane is an L person. Yeah.
Maybe he used to work for Hondo and he could go back to Hondo.
Like probably like that has to lead somewhere.
I hope it leads to Hondo.
They're not keeping him alive and like letting him dip without bringing him back.
Hondo's the Paul Rudd of my Star Wars.
No, it's well deserved.
For sure.
I just found that weird, man. I'm like, what? I want to see him die too.
I know he sucks.
There's no way he has to bring in someone bigger because he's not a big villain. No,
he's not a big villain.
He's just like
and also like to see we're finally getting some build this season, especially with the last part of this episode too. So I wonder what like you said, Vane's involvement would be. I hope it's still Hondo, but anyway, I love that. Who
else does he go to? Yeah, who else does he go to? Who else does he fly away to?
It's the same species, isn't he? Or is he similar?
I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, it's a similar species. Maybe.
They got a lot of species.
There's a lot of species in Star Wars. That's right. But yeah, so the remainder of the episode really gives some headway of what it's going to be about. So the armor calls for Bo Katan. They have a conversation in the old secret caves where they used to be like underground and Navarro in their operations and stuff. And the armor talks to Bo. And in this, at first I was confused about this conversation because I thought the armor was going to take her helmet off for a second. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like she may be someone more important than we think.
Oh, 100%.
I'm starting to think she may be somebody we already know. What do you think?
Really? The armor?
I think it's possible.
Like who?
See, at first I was like, I know it's not possible and it couldn't be, but at one point when she called Bo individually and she asked her to take her helmet off in that scene, I was like, is the armor Satine? Is the armor literally Satine? Is she like alive somehow? But I don't think that. I think that would not be good. I think that may ruin the. I mean, there's actually a connection. Not Mace Windu. Sorry, I was thinking Darth Maul. No, Darth Maul. There actually is a connection. Darth Maul. Some people were theorizing that she was a follower of Darth Maul, and one of the parts of that because the horns on her helmet and some of the other theories going on that she was a follower, one of the key players in Darth Maul's reign, and that possibly she was a member of the Crimson Dawn. While Darth Maul was running it, and she was and Darth Maul had her as like a protege or something like that.
Yeah.
And she kind of took over that for him. So
I definitely do think in this season we get to see her take off her helmet.
I think we will.
I definitely do think this is going to be a huge reveal.
Mm-hmm. It's something, I mean, I think we theorized like a long time. No, that was Captain Phasma. What if it is Captain Phasma, like a younger Captain Phasma before she joins First Order?
That'd be crazy.
I don't know. That's possible too. Or maybe she's a mega. I don't know.
Bad Batch. I mean, she just walked up in that tower and just like killed like 6 people by herself.
She did.
Like,
it's like not even a gun. I mean,
not even a gun.
Yeah. So I feel like she's got to be somebody.
I feel like she might be bad. Like
I think she is. I think she's manipulating the situation more. I think she wants to be the one in charge of Mandalore. Yeah. To whereas Bo Katan's the rightful.
And I think she's definitely jealous of Bo Katan.
For sure. I mean, she asked her to take the helmet off, but then she's playing it off as like, you can be the great unifier between both tribes, between the Watch and then the other tribes of Mandalore to bring our people together, which is really cool. It's like, okay, it's really sound argument and stuff, but she's got to have something deeper in there. I mean, manipulating somehow.
She's 100% manipulating her.
Gotta be, right?
She's working for Moff Gideon. I don't know.
I don't think she might be working for Moff Gideon. I don't think she's working for anybody in particular, except for maybe she used to be working for Maul.
You think she just has her own motives?
I think she might have her own motives. I mean, I don't think she's connected to Gideon, but if she was, that'd be crazy. But I don't know. I mean, I think we'll definitely get that reveal. I think she's not a good guy.
Oh, no.
So
not at all.
I think we're going to see that come out and sooner rather than later. And then she actually revealed that she did believe Bo Katan, that she saw the mythosaur and that it was a sign that she was going to be the glue that puts their tribes together.
I was hoping she would just like keep on gaslighting her. Like, you didn't really see a mythosaur. You crazy son of a gun.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But no, it was cool to see her believe.
So it was really cool. I mean, you see her manipulating Bo because, Bo is slowly rekindling her faith in what she originally believed in. And she's kind of manipulating Bo, and Bo's the rightful, really leader of Mandalore. So it's kind of, she's really just kind of playing on Bo's emotions and stuff. So I really liked Bo Katan this episode because she's more humbled. She's more reserved. She's like, she's following the orders now. And she's like, she was actually didn't want to remove her helmet because she was really starting to have faith again.
She's following the way.
She was following the way. This is the way.
And it's cool to see her with a team again. Man.
Yeah, I agree. And then she walks out and she has no helmet. And then Paz Vizsle's like, no.
Dude, he's just a strict.
I wonder what Mando is thinking because he's more like he's more understanding than some of the others were. And then I think he was under his face. He was like.
They probably thought she was a baddie because they had never seen her face before. The question is, do they even know what Bo look like?
Or Mando has.
That's the question. Do they know what she looks like?
Probably not. So now they'd be looking. Anyway, but eventually the armor was come out and said, no, she is the unifier. She's going to be the one that unite us all as one Mandalore, one people, which sounds great, but she's got different motives. But Bo Katan, she's the one who wants this.
Yeah, I bet because Bo Katan is the only one who can do it. But once I think Bo Katan does it, she's going to like stab her in the back. And then try to take it over.
I agree. I think so. I think Bo Katan and Mando definitely want the same things, and the armor is going to turn around and abandon that, and then Bo and Mando are going to have to come together to defeat her.
Satine's she's going to survive, but she's going to have turned evil from the whole experience.
That's possible.
Jealous of her sister.
If it is
she's going to manipulate her sister into getting everything for her. Kill her. Boom. Put some makeup on, and now she's Bo Katan. I don't know. That's dumb, but
no. I mean, imagine if it is Satine. I mean, I doubt it because she was literally stabbed by a lightsaber, but here lately pop culture really likes to keep alive.
Nobody
people
dies, man.
When they get stabbed
Darth Maul
through the
got
stomach.
cut in half and fell down like 1,000
That
feet.
wasn't as bad as like
he got cut in half.
I know he got cut in half, but that was, oh well. He got robot legs.
Oh well.
But like people in media, have you noticed lately? And it's not even just Star Wars. I mean, it's Star Wars, it's Marvel, and DC. People are getting stabbed like through the stomach and then living.
I know.
Like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Shazam. Yeah. That one girl. Obi-Wan Reva.
Yeah.
There's more. Trust me. I mean, Darth Maul, he's another example.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different examples of people who just get stabbed and survive.
Or like Winter Soldier and Nick Fury. Just like
Nick Fury, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he playing that though. But I mean, yeah, it's just.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it cheapens.
It does, and I think
it cheapens it when everybody survives.
Satine back, it wouldn't make sense because why wouldn't Obi-Wan have sensed that?
Yeah, or
why
gone with
she
that?
gone after Obi-Wan and all these things?
That
But if
leaves
it
the door
is,
open.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. But anyway, crazy episode. I thought this episode was really good. Would I say it's the best out of the season? It might have been the best episode of the season.
I do think
it was really, really good. So far this season, I will say I like this season. I think it's good, but I don't think it's as good as season 2.
I'm also confused on where the season is going.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought it was going to culminate into them getting on Mandalore.
Right.
But they've already done that. So it seems like the focus is now shifted to Bo Katan, bringing everybody together, and then going to Mandalore. Yeah.
Which would be cool to see, and we'll see how it goes. And then the Darksaber, how that plays into that. But overall, I'm excited to see where this goes on. It's still got, what was this, episode 5? So it's still got, I think it's 8 in it. So it's still got 3 more episodes to go. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm excited to see it. And hopefully it accumulates something really crazy.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast, Heroes in the Moment, is available on all major podcast platforms. So check it out. Speaking of checking it out, we have our all of our news episodes up. We have all of our previous Mando episodes up and so much more. So go ahead and check it out wherever you listen to podcasts on. If you want to stay up to date with our news, announcements, updates, things like that, you want to check out our socials. We have an Instagram. It's Here's in the Moment. And a TikTok. And that's Here's in the Moment with an extra T.
And we just want to thank you all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000 and Zeb.